Welcome back to GTR2 and Mallala in South Australia for round 5 of the 1994 Australian Manufacturers Championship. Tony Longhurst has a big lead in the championship over teammate Paul Morris, and leading into race 1 here today, he'll be looking to consolidate that championship lead on this tight and twisty layout of a track that has been around in Australian motorsport for a long time at a club level, but it was only sort of the late 80s that it came back into prominence on a national level. But as we have a look at the grid for race 1, you'll see Paul Morris on pole position, doing all he can to close down the championship lead on his teammate, 1 minute 14.270. Alongside him on the front row, a bit of a surprise, Peter McKay in the Technophone Mercedes. Position 3, Russ Dugman, that's us. Equal best qualifying performance of the year, but much more comfortable, and I'm pretty confident we can get a good result. And out of position 4 is Tony Longhurst, the series leader, looking to further extend his championship lead, and if everything goes to plan, he can wrap up the championship actually in race 2. From 5, Phil Ward in the Technophone Mercedes, and out of 6, Peter Duhlmann in the Clark BMW. From 7, Mark Adderton, the Momo BMW. Position 8, John Cotter in the BMW. From 9, another BMW, John Blanchard. And rounding out the top 10, James Kay in the Oryx Carina. From 11 is the other Oryx Carina of Greg Murphy. From 12, Steve Ellery in the Ford. 13, Phil Alexander in the Peugeot. Out of 14, Peter Hills in another Ford Sierra. And off the tail of the field, Ken Matthews in the second of the Phoenix Peugeots. So 17 laps coming up. Tight, twisty layout. We're out of position number 3. Let's get on with it and see how we go. Set to go, Mallala. Round 3. Round 5, sorry, race 1. Lights are on. Position 3. Very poor start. Down to 5th. Longhurst and Duhlmann got around us. Down the front straight, past the pits for the first time. This is the best sort of Peter Duhlmann's done all year, I think. Wrap him up around the outside. Gets away. A bit too much horsepower for the Peugeot. Down the back straight. Towards the hairpin for the first time. Up the inside. Oh, we've hit him. Wasn't quite what we wanted. I was going to say this is our best chance to win all year. Peugeot seems quite well suited to Mallala. As opposed to how far off the pace we were at the last round at Lakeside. Across the line. Still got the leaders inside. Turn 2. Tight little track here at Mallala. Right up behind Peter Duhlmann. John Cotter, his teammate, in the second of the Clark Sims BMW behind us. Down the back straight. We're losing in the horsepower stakes here. Cover off the inside. So it looks like it's Paul Morris leading, Tony Longhurst second. 3rd place Peter McKay, 4th place Peter Duhlmann. We're in 5th. John Cotter behind us in 6th. Around the tight end of the lap. two wheels onto the front straight, bit sideways. Through turn one. Scotch a curve. Around turn two. Onto the straight in front of the pits. Mallala, one of those tracks where the start line doesn't match where the pit straight is. Oh, we got in very deep there. Trying to keep the leaders inside. Fifth gear. Just the Peugeot does not have the horsepower. Around the hairpin. Oh, that hurts. Just too late on the brakes. John Blanchard behind us now in the BMW, and he comes through and we'll get him back. Around onto the front straight. So end of lap 3. We've got a bit of work to do. This Peugeot's proven probably more hard work than I thought it would this year. Brakes to be better. I'm having to try and make up as much time as I can under brakes because we're just losing so much horsepower down the straight. So look how much time we've lost to the BMW. Down to second gear. Try and flow it through in a slightly higher gear, a bit of dirt getting flicked up in the background. Fifth gear. Up on the curb, try and flow it through. Over the front straight. Go towards Scotch a curve. Tight little track, even for a class 2 2-litre car. And wide on the curb past the pits. Out of the second hairpin. Down the back straight through the sweeper. The original track went a bit further on here into a similar sort of corner, but they shortened up the run into and out of the hairpin. Down to the end of the second back straight. Through the little switchback. 2 wheels. 5 laps down. Nearing a third distance. Rear end comes around. As has become the norm for the Peugeot. Down the straight. Trying to make time on John Cotter. This was the second last round of the series. Final round is at Rd5 on the short circuit. Really throwing it into the hairpins. I really thought we could get a good result here today. Especially after the disappointment of Lakeside. gear. Flow it through onto the front straight. Wheel on the dirt. Right up on the curb. The little Peugeot. Third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear, and depending on the run onto the straight we do get into sixth sometimes. Trying to fly it through. Find if you go back to first, sort of what you gain in revs, you're losing a bit of momentum. Curb. We'll now end the lap. 7 down, 10 to go. Short, sharp races here at Mallala today. Chasing after John Cotter. These are probably as a team, probably the best performances the two Clark Sync BMWs have had this year. Fourth and fifth. The reigning champions of the class. Peter Dillman winning the 93 Australian Touring Car Championship 2 litre class. Everyone's sort of pretty spaced out at the front. I think it's the two Logomed BMWs at the top. Peter McKay in third. And Dillman and Cotter. And they're trying very hard in sixth. But I just can't make the headway. Up on the curb. Into fourth gear, past the pits again. It's such a hard track to sort of rein yourself in on. I think Longhurst is in second, which is quite amazing given I think he started fourth. Quite an exciting qualifying session because a lot of times getting swapped around. Peter McKay was on pole until the dying seconds of qualifying when Morris put together a great lap on his final effort. I thought I could have gone quicker and maybe have challenged for pole. But at the time I did for third was pretty much the best I could have done. On lap 10, so well past halfway. Around the second hairpin. Tight twisty Mallala track. Returned to the forefront of Australian motorsport in 1989 after Bob Jane, who owned Adelaide International Raceway, signed a deal with Quit anti-smoking, which meant that Adelaide lost their round of the Australian Touring Car Championship. And Mallala stepped up, took its place. It's only really in recent years it's sort of fallen out of the front end of Australian motorsport because the Shannon's Nationals stopped going here and it lost its touring car or V8 supercar round after 1998 with the advent of the Adelaide 500 on the old Formula 1 circuit, 3/4 of the old Formula 1 circuit, and still hosted development series or Super 2 or Konica V8 Supercar series for a few years in the early 2000s, probably till about 2006. And then, as I said, had a Shannon's Nationals round for a long time, but then that dropped away and we've had the Tail and Bend come along. And the owners of Tail and Bend have purchased Mallala in recent times, so we'll wait and see what their plans are for it. I hope whatever they do doesn't lose its charm, but at the same time it'd be good to see it up to a level that you could take maybe the Speed Series here. Sun right in our eyes as we go around turn number 3. Up 12, we're getting a bit closer to John Cotter. A long way back to the first lap when we ran up the back of Dorman into this hairpin. Oh, the wheel off. It's all getting stagnant. We're trying hard, but just can't quite get here. It's good fun to flick the car through. These last little sections of corners, and then turn 1, scotch a curve, you can really sort of throw it and drift it through, and then it's hard on the brakes. Turn 2, try to use a bit of curve but not too much, use all the road on the way out. 4th gear, just past the 100 metre sign, get on the brakes for turn 3. Like a bit of smoke coming out of the BMW there. Quite clear of 7th place. Hard on the brakes. Just not close enough for a lunge. We're around 4 laps to go. I mean, we can see the leaders right there, but missing by too much, but just not quite there. Into turn 2. 3rd gear. 4th gear. Closest we've been really in laps. Just pulls away from us, John Cotter. 5th gear. He knew he's back. Probably hurt us because it took away any momentum we had. Just trying so hard on the brakes. we know we can get there. I messed that up though. Maybe we can have a dive into the bottom hairpin. Just can't get the drive, and then we're just getting out horsepower down the straight. We're probably dropping half a second just on this straight. And then we're dropping more time by just bad driving. 2.5 laps to go. Across the line, 2 to go now. Going up on the curb. Didn't quite work. Fifth gear. That was a much better run, but still we can't. We're just getting out horsepower. We're going to have a big go on the last lap. Do or die lunge. I think we've got 6 seconds on the curb. Seconds on, 7 seconds on the next car, so I think we can have a bit of a lunge. Not if we drive like that. It's the best run we've had all race, but maybe we can have a dive into the hairpin. Oh. Thought about it, but it just wasn't. It was going to be an accident. So I've got one last 20. Can we dive up into the last corner? Maybe not. No, can't do it. We're going to finish 6th. Cross the line. Oh. Lift it off. Well, oh, we almost could have had a good result there, just not quite enough speed. But we were quick enough to be there somewhere. Let's check the results. Round 5, race 1 here at Mallala. So a 1-2 for the works-backed Logamo BMWs of Paul Morris and Tony Longhurst. 3rd place to Peter McKay in the Mercedes. 4th place was Peter Dillman in the BMW, and teammate John Cotter rounded out the top 5. We finished in 6th, just ahead of John Blanchard. 8th place was Phil Ward in the Mercedes, while Greg Murphy and James Kay in their Toyota Coronas rounded out the top 10. 11th was Steve Ellery, while Ken Matthews rounded out the finishers in 12th. Mark Adderton, Phil Alexander and Peter Hills all among the retirements at the end of race 1. So Morris claws back a little bit of ground on Tony Longhurst, Join us soon for race 2. Look forward to your company then as we finish off round 5 of the 94 Australian Manufacturers Championship. See you then.